What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be jumping into the GOKU'S story edition of Red Zone here against the revival of FRIEZA saga. So pretty exciting stuff. We got what I have heard is a pretty challenging fight coming up. So there's only one mission to just clear the stage one time. So we will go ahead and jump in here. There's no, specific missions or anything for, like, any type of team. So this is the team build that we're going to go with. We will use a friend Gogeta. I did take a peek. I have the enemy info up on the wiki on the side here, just because we do have limited attempts for the day. So I want to make sure that we can have the best possible shot at getting this thing cleared. So yeah, the final boss is going to be against an STR FRIEZA, so I wanted to prioritize using a lot of AGL units, so I figured that was the perfect opportunity to go ahead and build a Gogeta team here, since he is one of the strongest AGL units in the game. And then I do have the Ghost Usher attached. I'm probably not going to use it. More than likely, we will end up no-iteming this, but if it's looking like we're getting a little bit treacherous, like we've gotten down to only like 1 or 2 attempts left, then I probably will attempt to item it rather than just not being able to clear it today, right? Okay, so starting out, our rotations are, I guess, a little bit wonky. Ideally, I would like to have the Evolution Blue Vegeta and UI Goku side by side. Obviously, we do want to keep them in slot 1. I think... Okay, so we have a slot 7 Gogeta, so we should rotate this Gogeta off. That way, we don't have to worry about them on the same rotation at the same time. But I think in general, the plan is going to be to... Well, I don't know, because if I want Evolution Blue Vegeta on rotation, I really don't know. We're probably just going to be subject to whatever the fight deals out to us. That's going to help us make our decisions about what we do on this next, like, turn and stuff. Looking ahead, obviously, I think we're probably just going to put the Super Saiyan 3 Goku in slot 1, because the other 2 units would probably be in a bad spot in slot 1 there. And then, yeah, I guess we'll end up rotating the Int Evolution Blue Vegeta off. Hopefully there's no attacks in the 3rd slot like there is now. Then we'll have a pretty solid turn on that next phase there, or on the next turn, right? So I guess the name of the game here is to try to build up as much as we can on this first phase, because the next phase steps up, like, insanely, like, a lot. So right now we're dealing with an HP pool of 180 million. On the next phase, it's 450 million. So it goes up by quite a bit. And then our attack stat right now for this final form Frieza is 500k, and his damage for super attacks is 1.4 million. And then on the next stage, the attack stat is 2 million, and the damage output for a super attack is 6 million. Wow. Oh, and he can super twice in a turn, and he's greatly raising attack and defense each time he supers. So, like, yeah, yikes. That's that's gonna be a lot to deal with, right? So if we are able to kill him quickly, that will be, like, the most ideal situation for us, right? Okay, let's go ahead and get our 24 key super in there, and then we can grab all these orbs for Gogeta. Perfect. Get him at 24 key as well. And then just considering the next rotation, I guess we can we can select all of these for Blue Vegeta. Should be fine, should be fine. UI Goku usually doesn't need that many orbs, especially because he gives himself so much ki when he dodges anyway. So usually by the time he's done dodging attacks in slot 1, you're pretty much guaranteed to at least have the 18 key super, right? Okay, I think all of the units on rotation here should be solid enough post super to be able to tank, just in case they get hit with a super attack. 1.4 million damage is really not that much. It's just the 6 million damage we're going to be scared of on the next rotation, right? Or on the next phase of the fight. So yeah, that next phase actually has an interesting ability here, where he is getting his attack and defense go down by 3% each time he receives an attack, up to 60%. but then he's also giving himself a 50% raise every time he supers on both attack and defense. So I assume that those things are going to be toggling back and forth, right? You're going to attack him a bunch of times and lower it all down, and then he's going to do a super attack and raise it all back up. And the fact that he can super twice per turn, if he is consistently supering twice per turn, then that means he's going to be giving himself 100% worth of raises per turn. I think he's probably going to be outclassing us. We would need to be doing quite a few attacks in order to keep up with that. Okay. So here's where we have to consider... I think it's probably... Okay, because we have 2 Gogetas, we'll keep them on rotation, and then we'll rotate off the Vegito. And then that way we can use the Gogeta actives on one of the turns where we have a Vegito alongside him, right? I think that's probably the smartest way to run things here. Okay, so let's grab these with Goku. And then, yeah, I guess we get these orbs with the Gogeta. Perfect, and we can get all those with Vegito. Awesome. So yeah, obviously we don't want to use any of our special stuff on this first phase. We're going to save every single, like, active skill that we've got, all of our special transformations and whatnot, we are going to save for the second phase of the fight. But yeah, we'll just build up as much as we can here. I am actually hoping that we can get this taken down somewhat quickly. It would be nice. Yeah, we probably will. We're on turn 3. I'm hoping that by turn 5, when we can start to, you know, do all of our transformations and things, that we're going to be on that second phase. But let's see, it's turn 3, and we're floating off our Vegito right now. So it's going to be turn 6 before we see him come back. And then we will activate one of our Gogetas at the same time. Yeah, so I think at some point in the fight, probably turn 6, I'm thinking, is when we're going to have the ability to do the Gogeta and Vegito rotation, right? Oh, do I even have the animations on right now? I don't think I do, because we missed out on the entrance animation. Oh well, no big deal, no big deal. Oh, wow, we can already transform into Gogeta with the Tech Gogeta. I don't... Okay, we do have Scouters. The Vegito is going to give us a Scouter as well. As this Gogeta here. The only reason we would want to save that is for... Well, okay, let me take a look at his kit really quick and see if anything falls off of his passive besides that Scouter. For 5 turns, he gets an extra 40% damage reduction and the Scouter. Okay, and then everything else he keeps the whole time. So the 80% damage reduction with the 40% base plus the 40% here, that's only from 5 turns after he transforms. So if I transform him now, then it's going to start that 5-turn counter. And as I was saying, we're going to get the Scouter here, the foresees enemy super attack. We'll get that on Vegito as well, so we don't really need this one to be delayed to last long in the fight, but that 80% damage reduction I really would like to last, so I think I am going to wait to transform him. The one thing that I'm risking here is that if we do get hit and take some damage by the next time he comes around onto rotation, and we're below, what is it, 77%, I believe? 70%. Yeah, so if we're below 70% HP, then we won't be able to transform him, right? And that would actually be really, really bad for that unit, because he gets a massive power buff when he does fuse into Gogeta. So that is a risk we're taking, but we are going to take that risk. I am going to not transform him now. Just because it would be a complete waste to have the Gogeta out on this turn. He's not going to be doing anything for us, right? We are, you know, obviously going to kill by the time the end of that second slot, you know, finishes attacking, so. Yeah, would be a complete waste to have him here. Okay, and then we're looking very good because the next time that Goku comes back, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku comes back here, he's going to be able to do his giant form. And then transform into Super Saiyan 4. So yeah, that's actually going to be huge for us, I think. All right, some more attack raises in there for Gogeta. You love to see it. All right. So obviously we want to have AGLUI up front. Unfortunately, we are just going to rotate off Evolution Blue Vegeta. Based on the way this team is like kind of playing out here, I think I was already hesitant to put Evolution Blue on the team, and I think that was probably a mistake. Just because he is going to end up being like a rotating, like floating unit for us. There are probably better units that I could have picked in place of him. But that's fine. So hopefully he doesn't get us killed. If he does, or if we end up losing regardless, I may end up just swapping him off the team real quick. We'll go with someone else and then you know, jump back in and try again. Okay, so there's really no reason to save the UI Goku or the Evolution Blue Vegeta active skills here. I mean, yeah, we might as well launch them. Well, Evolution Blue Vegeta is going to get some buildup, right, as he receives attacks. Let me see here. Yeah, as he does attacks, he's going to build up some more attack power and things like that. So I think I'm going to save his because he hasn't really done attacks yet. We'll let him get a couple more attacks off to build up and then launch his active. I guess we might as well wait one more turn for these, because we still have quite a few turns left of the fight. It's not going to hurt us to do it now versus later, right? All that it gives us is a turn of damage, and this is the final phase at this point, so it won't make a difference if we do it now or later. But if we wait till later, then it'll hit a little bit harder, so we'll do that. Okay, so now we have the ability to transform into Gogeta. I think we probably should just do this right away. Though... doing the reverse exchange could be a good idea too, because there's only one attack on that slot, right? All of the attacks are in the first slot. We actually got really lucky with that. I'm pretty sure we're going to survive this turn, no problem, because UI Goku will dodge all of those attacks for us and we'll be fine. So I wonder, okay, first let me just remind myself if this guy is gonna like get KO'd or whatever. So this is his third turn in battle, which means he still has all the defensive stats and stuff, because he gets like 300% for 3 turns, right? Yeah, and guard, which he already has type advantage, so he has guard anyway. And then he gets guard as the second or third attacker regardless. But yeah, so I think he'll be fine for the one more turn because we still have the 300% defense. So yeah, let's just not use the Gogeta for one more turn. That way we can get one extra turn of attack build up before we go into that mode. Okay. I don't really care about getting the 24 key with UI Goku. He's gonna get it anyway with all those dodges, right? So yeah, we'll do this. And then with the Imp Evolution Blue, we can get that. Okay, perfect. All right, let's see how we do here. Awesome, and we dodge a super right out the gate. That's definitely what we like to see. And with that, UI Goku is at 3 dodges. Oh, he's already built up all the key that he's going to, so he's not going to be getting any more. Good to know, good to know. Okay, and then those attack and defense lowers that we see, we're going to see that happen on every single attack that we do, right? Because he is immune to attack and defense lowering, so we can't actually, you know, apply that status effect with our character's super attack effects, but because he has that ability that subtracts his attack and defense every time he's hit, that is going to help us out there, right? Okay, I don't think... I looked away a couple times at the wiki on the side, but I don't think we saw a second super attack come in there. I think those were all normals. So I guess it's still possible he launches another super attack here. I guess we'll see what that looks like. I'm not sure if this is one of those fights that's set up with RNG as far as where the attacks are, because sometimes in these hard fights, they do have like a guaranteed placement for the super attacks and things like that, right? So I'm not sure if that exists for this fight or not yet. We would probably have to run it a few times to figure that out. Okay, we are almost in the clear on this turn. Just have one more attack to deal with, and then we are safe. And we should be guaranteed safe this next turn as well, just because we're going to have the giant form transformation that we can do, right? And the potential to do our double Okay, very nice. So yeah, here we have access to our Vegito and Gogeta rotation. Um, hmm. What do we want to do here? So we could just straight up activate everything. Yeah, I don't think that there's any sense in waiting any longer. We probably should activate all of this stuff. So I think what we'll do first is we'll activate the Gogeta active skill. Because the Gogeta active skill is going to give everybody 54% attack and defense for the turn. And then that will make all of our other active skills hit harder, right? So we'll transform into Gogeta. And then we'll do the AGL Super Saiyan 3 transformation so that we can get a free turn of damage there, get our full heal in, get him into his Super Saiyan 4 state, and then we can transform into Vegito, use the... Well, we probably won't have to use the target all active skill right there. But it is the most damaging turn. We probably should just use it anyway. Use the target all, even though all of those attacks... Oh, no. They're going to be in a different spot once we use the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So yeah, then we'll use the target all mechanic and then run from there. Alright, so we have quite a hefty turn of animations, so I guess sit back and relax, folks, because we got a lot of... you guys are about to watch the entire anime right here. Alright, well, here we go. Okay, awesome. So after activating the Scouter for Gogeta, we were able to see that there are 2 super attacks in that first slot there. So this actually works out really well that we're going to get this free turn of damage. So the 2 the 2 active skills that we were going to have to, or 2 super attacks that we were going to have to deal with there. Now should not be a problem for us at all. So he's going to waste the maximum of 2 super attacks that he can do per turn right here at the beginning, and then with those out of the way, once we transform into Super Saiyan 4 at the end of this turn, then we are going to have only normal attacks to deal with, which means Vegito is going to do some insane work on this next turn, right? Especially with the Gogeta active up as well. Yeah, he's going to be able to hit quite hard for us, so I am excited to see how much damage we can put in on this next turn. And then on top of all this, we still have another Gogeta that we're going to be able to activate on the next rotation, so... I don't think it's going to be too difficult for us to catch a W here. We'll see. I suppose it's also possible we get caught, right? All it takes is 1 super attack, and I'm sure he will flatten our entire HP bar with that, so... Okay, perfect. So now we have our Vegito and Gogeta linked up together. We are going to go ahead and do our active skills, get Vegito out here real quick, and then we'll continue on. Okay, perfect. So we have our target skill ready to go, and we did get a little bit luckier this turn that more of the attacks are later in the rotation, which obviously isn't going to matter for like damage received purposes, because these are all normal attacks. As we know, it's still turn 6 here, and because it's still turn 6, we still have the Gogeta active skill ready to go, where we're getting the damage buff, right? So now we are going to be looking very, very solid here. With Vegito, we've got all of these attacks coming in. So it looks like 3 counters up front, and then he's going to super, do some massive damage, raise his attack stats by quite a bit, and then he'll be able to continue doing a bunch more counters for the remainder of the rotation. So this is going to be quite exciting to see. I wonder, I think in a perfect world, honestly, this could just be the last turn of the fight. We are going to do a lot of damage here. And then remember that every single time he gets hit with an attack, he's raising his attack by a little bit, and he's getting 20% chance to crit. So by the end of these first slot attacks, he's going to be at 100% crit chance. So yeah, he's going to be looking quite nasty here. Alright, so far so good. We still have a lot more damage to go. Hopefully we can get a triple, maybe even a quadruple super attack turn would be really, really cool. And then remember, with all these attacks that Frieza's taking too, we are lowering his attack and defense, right? Every single one of these counters counts as an attack received as well. So yeah, we are lowering his attack by quite a bit. Alright, and then we have our attacks from our boy Gogeta here. He was only able to select 1 orb because the field looked terrible, so unfortunately no additional attack stat or anything from the Rainbow Key Spheres obtained, which does help him out quite a bit, but that is perfectly fine. I wanted to prioritize getting Vegito to the maximum possible attack stat that we could get him to, just because he is ultimately going to be doing way more damage overall for us on this rotation, right? Though with this 3rd super attack on Gogeta, that does help him kind of mostly equal out to the... Is he doing another one? Oh, is it just over? Was it that easy? Is it just done now? Wow. Oh, he does have to be finished with a super attack, though, which is all good. So these counters will get him down to 1 HP, and then Super Saiyan 4 Goku will finish him off here. Okay, no problem. So we didn't even use the Evolution Blue Vegeta or the UI Goku active skills. We didn't have to rely on either of their revives, and we didn't even transform with the Tech Gogeta. Or be able to use his active skill once he's transformed, right? So yeah, there was still a lot of potential to go through on this team. And then, yeah, the other Gogeta as well. We had another Gogeta transformation that was going to happen on the next turn that we didn't even have to bother with. And then also you get 2 turns of those transformations each, right? So we still had a lot more. If this guy had 1 billion HP, we probably still would have been able to beat him. So yeah, that was quite nasty. Wow, I really didn't expect that to be so easy for us. That's kind of insane. But these new anniversary LRs are just a force to be reckoned with, right? That double rotation where you get the Vegito and Gogeta is just untouchable. It is absolutely untouchable. Wonderful. Okay, well, there we go. We finished off the remainder of the stages that we have for the GOKU'S Story Edition Red Zone. So we're just going to have to wait for the final stages that show up in here in part 3. I imagine then we will finally be getting some content that can, you know, slow Vegito and Gogeta down a bit. But yeah, until then, they are just kings, and nothing can come close to wiping them. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!